Good morning, everybody. We have a little thing we say at Spirit of Peace. No matter who you are or where you are on life's journey, you are welcome here. I didn't actually hear that, so I think I'm going to give you another opportunity. No matter who you are or where you are on life's journey, you are welcome here. This is a wonderful morning. We are doing a joint service between Mills Church and Spirit of Peace, and we have an amazing guest with us today who I'll introduce in a little bit. But let's begin by saying our land acknowledgement. You'll see the words on the screen, and please say them with me. We gratefully acknowledge the Dakota peoples on whose ancestral homelands we gather, as well as the diverse and vibrant Native communities who make their home here today. We acknowledge this land has a complex and layered history. We pay respects to the elders who have stewarded the land throughout the generations and continue to do so. We recognize and give thanks that we are creatures of the earth, living in the ecosystem of flowers, trees, and insects, land, waters, and hills that is unique to Minnesota. May we honor one another and honor life itself. Thank you for that. I want to tell you that right after this service, we will be having a potluck in the gym. And if you haven't brought anything, do not worry. I am sure there will be plenty for all. And after that, Serena is going to lead us in community singing in the chapel. So please stay for all of those things. We will be doing more announcements, but they will come at the end of the service today. For now, I want to introduce Serena Partridge. Serena is a musician, she's a song leader, she's an educator, and she's an activist in Minneapolis. She feels most alive when she's learning and creating and sharing songs, as you'll see, because she's going to share a lot of her songs with us today. She is here, we met her as part of Minnesota Interfaith Power and Light, which is an interfaith climate justice organization. And her role there is to focus on community singing as a tool for engagement, embodiment, grounding, and connection. Serena has a passion for helping people to get in touch with their own creativity and with community, and she uses singing as an embodied spiritual practice to help folks develop a sense of wonder, belonging, interdependence, and hope. So I'm going to introduce Serena right now, and she is going to start us this morning with some community singing.
Good morning. Thank you. It's so good to be with you all. My name is Serena, and I'll say a little bit more about myself and my work later, but I thought we would just start with singing. So I'm going to switch to the singing microphone. We're very high tech. So I write a lot of simple music that you don't have to work very hard to remember the words. That's nice. And this is one of those songs, just a welcome song. So it's an echo song. See if you can echo back to me what you hear, a little line at a time. Sounds like this. Welcome in, open hearts, welcome in, open hearts, welcome in, open hearts. And then we sing together, listen. We will sing our way to wholeness. Let's try it. We will sing our way to wholeness. And that repeats. We will sing our way to wholeness. Great, you did so well. You're on your own for the response. Welcome in, hopeful hearts. Welcome in, hopeful hearts. Welcome in, hopeful hearts. Then together we will sing our way to wholeness. We will sing our way to wholeness. And then the idea is, how is your heart actually today? And give us a chance to welcome that in. The great thing about asking people how you feel is there's not a wrong answer. So anyone can call out, how's your heart today? And we'll sing about that. The floor is open. I'm just going to keep this beat going. Joyful hearts. Let's welcome those. Welcome in, joyful hearts. Welcome in, joyful hearts. Welcome in, joyful hearts. Then together we will sing our way to wholeness. We will sing our way to wholeness. Nice singing. What else can we welcome in? The cool weather. Let's welcome in the cool weather hearts. And if you want to add harmonies, yes, do that. If you want to sing with me on the call, you can do that. Let's welcome in cool weather hearts. Here we go. Welcome in, cool weather hearts. Welcome in, cool weather hearts. Welcome in, cool weather hearts. We will sing our way to wholeness. We will sing our way to wholeness. Who's got one more kind of heart we can welcome in? Grateful. The grateful hearts. Welcome in, grateful hearts. Welcome in, grateful hearts. Welcome in, grateful hearts. We will sing our way to wholeness. We will sing our way to wholeness. Actually, I lied. We're going to sing one more. We're going to welcome in our hearts. In whatever shape they're in today, it's welcome here. Here we go. Welcome in our hearts. Welcome in our hearts. Welcome in our hearts. We will sing our way to wholeness. We will sing our way to wholeness. We will sing our way. We will sing our way to wholeness. Beautiful singing. Woohoo! That was wonderful. Well, I think I'll lead you in one more simple song right now, and then we'll sing a little bit more later. But so much of my work in singing as part of the climate movement is like, it's huge, it's overwhelming. It can make us feel a lot of despair sometimes. But it's also really important how we act, how we work, how we treat each other when we feel overwhelmed and when we feel despair. I met someone recently who was talking about how hard it is to raise kids in a time of facing the climate crisis. It feels so huge. And she was saying it feels like the ship is going down. And I don't feel that way. But even if I did, how we treat each other as the ship is doing whatever it's doing, that really matters. Who could have imagined these times that we're in, but it matters how we act during those times. So that's kind of where this little song is coming from. I'll sing you the whole thing and then I'll teach it in little pieces. Sounds like this. Who could have imagined? Who could have imagined? Who could have imagined such times as these? But we will sing through these times, oh, we will sing through these times, and soon enough we'll be singing on the other side. That's it. And then you can change it to be like, we will dance through these times. We will eat cupcakes through these times. You know, we'll get there, but first we'll learn it with sing. So see if you can repeat back to me a little bit at a time. Who could have imagined? You try. Who could have imagined? Who could have imagined? Who could have imagined? Put them together. Who could have imagined? Who could have imagined? Very nice. Who could have imagined such times as these? And you can get a little bit sassy if you want. That's okay. Let's try that. Who could have imagined such times as these? Yeah, now you know what's happening. Let's sing that little chunk again. Okay, here we go. Who could have imagined such times as these? Okay, but now a little sassy. Who could have imagined such times as these? Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, let's go back to the beginning and see if we can get there. Here we go. Who could have imagined? Who could have imagined? Who could have imagined such times as these? Oh yeah. But we will sing through these times, oh, we will sing through these times. But we will sing through these times, oh, we will sing through these times. And soon enough, we'll be singing on the other side. Here we go. And soon enough, we'll be singing on the other side. That's the whole thing. Who could have imagined? Who could have imagined? Who could have imagined such times as these? But we will sing through these times, oh, we will sing through these times, and soon enough we'll be singing on the other side. You got it. So then, like, what else are we going to do to get through the unimaginable times that we find ourselves in? Who's got one? We're going to act through these times. Here we go. Who could have imagined? Who could have imagined? Who could have imagined such times as these? But we will act through these times, oh, we will act through these times, and soon we'll be acting. We'll be acting on the other side. Nice. So you get how this works? What else are we going to do through the unimaginable times? We're going to dance. And now I think if we sing that we're dancing, we have to at least dance a little bit, or we're liars. And we're not liars. So we have to dance a little bit. Here we go. Tell me who could have, okay, I like it. Who could have imagined, who could have imagined such times as, show me your moves, but we will dance through these times, oh, we will dance through these times, and soon enough, we'll be dancing on the other side. That was awesome. You can stay standing if you want or sit down, but what else will we do through these times? Who's got one? Clap. We're gonna clap. Clearly this is true. Here we go. Tell me who could have imagined, who could have imagined, who could have imagined such times as these, but we will clap through these times, oh, we will clap through these times, and soon enough, we'll be clapping on the other side. Who's got one more? And they don't all have to be cheerful. We're not cheerful all the time. But who's got one more for us? Cry. We're gonna cry through these times. Here we go. Tell me who could have imagined, who could have imagined, who could have imagined such times as these, but we will cry through these times, oh, we will cry through these times, and soon enough, we'll be crying on the other side. Let's do sing one more time. Tell me who could have imagined, who could have imagined, who could have imagined such times as these, but we will sing through these times, oh, we will sing through these times, and soon enough, we'll be singing on the other side. Beautiful. Thank you so much for singing and moving and creating that song together. That was wonderful.
Okay, thank you, Serena, and I think that all deserves another round of applause. Good job singing and leading. It's such an honor to be together this morning, and I'll add my welcome. Behind me are some pictures. My wife and I made a pilgrimage to Union Grove, North Carolina, a couple weeks ago for the Wild Goose Festival, which is the intersection of justice, spirituality, and art. Several thousand people camping in a hot field in North Carolina. But our first day was all around climate justice, and I haven't had the opportunity to hear Bill McKibben speak in person before, and he was one of the keynotes leading that weekend, and Brian McLaren and some other just like really lovely, lovely people. And, you know, this call and response that we're going to do is going to be a part of the grounding, and it's important that we're grounded in the realities that we face. So I mean, that was a hot field, but it's also the hottest planet Earth has been in over 150,000 years. So our current ecosystem and lives have never experienced a planet this hot before. And in the past 50 years, 60% of our planet's vertebrate creatures have disappeared. 50% of our insects have disappeared. 30% of our birds in US and Canada have been depopulated. Our freshwater ecosystems have been reduced by 83%. So all of those are like sobering, grounding realities to face. And I also think it's really critical for Christian identifying people to name and reckon that white Christian body supremacy has been and is the greatest threat to life on planet Earth. So as a Christian, white-bodied, cisgendered, straight, landowning male, there's a lot of reckoning to be able to name those identities in the way that it's malformed me and malformed our relationship with one another and the planet. And to be in communities that do the work of decolonizing our bodies and our imaginations, to do the work of hope and repair. Our Jewish siblings would say tikkun olam, to repair all that's been broken, and to allow the reality of love to be the motivating spirit through all of that work. That part of what I love that Serena's bringing in singing is embodied action, which helps bring us out of our heads into ourselves, to be able to connect with one another and creation as kin and siblings, and have those identities healed and restored. And so it's in that spirit that I'm going to invite us to stand again, and we will join creation's choir today. So I'll lead the call, and then you can respond with this prayer. Our good creator, sacred artist, holy arborist, God of energy and ecology, divine, inexhaustible love, we give you praise. For you crafted a world of wonder, full of possibility and potential. The more than human world celebrates you with song and dance, barks and breeze. Holy Spirit, give us ears to hear and eyes to see the joyful praise of your whole creation. May we hear the voice of soil and stream, mountain and marsh, fungi and fauna, sky and star, dolphin and daffodil, flamingo and fish, elephants and eagles, coral and crustacean, red kites and raccoons, monkeys and macaws, butterfly and bee. We thank you for our many siblings. We join the choir of creation in the song of praise. The more than human world effortlessly recognizes their connection with all of creation and with you. May we learn from creation's teachers. All things are one and held together by you. Give us sacred eyes to see our kinship with all you have made. May our hearts swell with affection as we consider the lilies of the field and the birds of the air. Tune our lives today to sing in harmony with our neighbor, whale song and bird song, native and foreign, all species healed and whole. All nations, all languages, all peoples, all creatures, and all lands, all loved and loving. Amen and amen. And I'm going to invite Pastor Zoe up to help lead us in our next hymn.
You can be seated if you like. The song that we're singing right now comes out of this book, The New Century Hymnal. It's in your pew. The song we'll sing at the end will be in the red one. It is on page 476. This is a really beautiful song. It's called How Can I Keep on Singing? And I think exactly what Serena was talking about. We have to keep songing. We have to keep songing. We have to keep singing the song, even over the tumult of what is going on in our lives, because if we don't keep singing, we will lose hope. So we're going to sing this song. We'll do verses 1 and 4, and the words will be on your screen too if you'd like. I invite you to turn and wave to all of those around you, passing the peace and joy of Christ and love to all. And now I'd like to invite Serena to come up. She's going to share a little bit about her story, how she got to where she is. Serena.
Hi again. Good to see you from this place again. So I would love to share a little bit of my own journey so far. It's not over yet, thankfully, and the work that I do with Minnesota Interfaith Power and Light. I can't stand like that. Sorry, I pulled a cord somehow. So I studied science. That was my background, in particular rocks. Anyone love rocks in here? Yeah, there's always a handful of us. And I felt so drawn to different ways to tell the story of what's happening on our planet. And geology is a storytelling science, really. But isn't everything that people do kind of an attempt to tell a story and make sense of what's around us? That really spoke to me. And I went into science education because I love being with kids. They're wacky, like me. I could relate. And ended up working at a school that really encouraged me to use the arts in my classroom. So I started writing all kinds of songs about science because it's fun. And the more I did that, the more interested I was in what it did to a community group like a classroom to sing together. I found that it was the most effective, efficient way to turn a group of strangers into a community and a family. So I started bringing singing to our staff meetings and singing to our parent nights. And just anytime I could get a group singing together, whatever else I was trying to do was all of a sudden more possible. So I love to sing. I've always loved to sing in choirs. Grew up singing in services. I'm Jewish, so I know what it's like to sing in a faith space, and I loved it. So I started in the summers taking these workshops, singing workshops for grown-ups. It's like summer camp, but for grown-ups, this is possible. Traveling to parts of the world that have a really strong harmony singing tradition. And I thought I was just going to learn some music, some really cool songs in different languages, but really what blew my mind and cracked my heart open and sent me on a whole other life path was seeing places in the world where everybody sings in harmony. That's possible. Places in the world where everybody sings in harmony. I did one of these programs in Corsica, which is one of those islands, if you can picture the boot of Italy is kicking Sicily, and then there's some more islands up there. Corsica is one of them. Everybody sings in harmony. I went to the Republic of Georgia. Everybody sings in harmony. I went to South Africa. Everybody sings in harmony. And some people are amazing singers, but everybody else sings too. And I thought to myself, you know, Americans are not inherently that much stupider than all of these people, right? We could have this. We could sing in harmony. I think we've got to get out of our own ways. And a lot of the things that seemed to me to prevent people in my community from singing in harmony were about shame. A lot of people had a story of some teacher, parent, relative who was like, honey, why don't you stand in the back and just lip sync, okay? Or maybe sing a little quieter. So many people in my community have stories like that. And I came back from these trips just really on fire. Like, my community deserves to sing in harmony with each other because I've seen what it can do. We can have this. So I, over the last few years, have kind of phased myself out of classroom teaching and more into bringing community singing to different spaces. And the more activism stuff I got involved in, I kept getting asked, hey, would you lead a song to start this Public Utilities Commission meeting? Or we're getting together to go door knocking ahead of this election. Maybe we should sing before we start. And I was like, yeah, we should. But what are the songs for that? The songs that are simple enough that people can really learn them without a piece of paper. Because when you have a piece of paper in front of you, you're connecting with the piece of paper, not the people around you. Songs that are simple, but not like super boring, give you a little bit to pay attention to. Songs that are meaningful, but not cheesy, because no one needs that. And songs that are fresh and feel relevant. And I was like, I don't know exactly what those songs would be. Why don't I try to write some? So I started writing music for community groups. And it's been really exciting. And I'm often taking my inspiration from the natural world because there's so many lessons to be learned. So I got involved with the fight against the Line 3 pipeline a few years ago. There was a group of different faith people who were organizing themselves to fight against the Line 3 pipeline. And maybe you've heard of this, maybe you were a part of this. I was part of a Jewish group that was doing a lot of pipeline protest. And through that, I really felt awakened in me this feeling that people of faith have an incredible amount of power in the climate crisis. All faiths really at their root are about caring for all of creation. It's very clear. That's like everybody's directive. And things get a little mixed up on the way, like how are we going to do that and what are we going to sacrifice? that gets a little complicated. But you get people of different faiths together in a room, and everybody wants to talk about how we care for creation. I found that really powerful. And to see ministers and monks and rabbis and every kind of faith person showing up at the front lines together working for climate justice, I found really powerful in the Line 3 fight. And through that, I met folks from this organization called Minnesota Interfaith Power and Light, which sounds kind of like a light bulb company to me. It's maybe not what I would have named an organization working for climate justice, but you know, we are where we are. And their mission is to get people of faith working together across faith differences for climate justice, because there's so much that we can do together to have a moral voice in the climate crisis. And that really speaks to me. You mentioned already the Jewish notion of tikkun olam, which is repairing the world. And this is my directive as a Jew, is I always need to be living in a posture of repair. To me, that means like, hey, Serena, you're never gonna get to finish, but you're not released from working at it all your life. And so much of the most important work that we do in this world is like that. Parenting, gardening, taking care of each other. We don't get to finish, but we have to keep working to repair, or else we're not being human. We're not fulfilling our own imperative being on this earth. So for me, climate justice work is like that. We don't get to finish. And sometimes tasks that you never get to finish are very hard to stay motivated for. Like, how do I stay in this for the long game? And for me, rooting in my faith is very helpful because it connects me with this bigger moral body that's got my back. It includes my ancestors. It includes the generations that aren't here yet. And I'm both very small and very big in that whole community throughout time. It's really helpful for me. So rooting in faith, but also singing. And I think of singing as like one of our most brilliant human technologies. Singing is something that connects body, mind, and spirit. Singing is something that lets us practice playfulness and being vulnerable in public. Singing is something that brings us back to how every single person in a community has something to share, and we need them. But also, if someone stops to breathe, it's okay. We've got them. We're covering that space. So singing to me feels like extremely strategic in community organizing and in staying hopeful. I think one of the biggest challenges of our time is that there are these huge powers that be that do a lot of harm, create these extractive systems, profit from them, but they also profit from us as individuals feeling powerless. They profit from us feeling hopeless and disconnected. So anytime we can fight that, I think we're winning. Anytime we can fight the numbness and disconnection, we're winning because we're bringing ourselves back to a place of love and care for ourselves, for each other, and for our shared home on planet Earth. And that's what Minnesota Interfaith Power and Light really wants to root people back into, is a place of love and care for each other. I think sometimes hope feels like kind of fluffy and goofy or like immature or something, but we know that is not true. Hope is extremely powerful and totally necessary if we're gonna stay in this for the long game. So finding those practices that root us in hope and also in our sense of belonging on this planet. Because when we feel like we belong to this earth, then it makes complete sense that we feel really responsible for it. And that is essential for me to keep coming back to. So I think singing is one of the ways that communities have come together in resistance movements forever. It's not like I made this up or anything. But the travel that I've done around the world to see the ways that harmony singing has kept languages alive, cultures thriving, and communities strong has really lit a fire in me to bring that to my own communities. And I approached Minnesota Interfaith Power and Light about a year ago, and I said, hey, don't you think you should have a song leader on staff to lead singing at all your events and get people kind of sharing a vocabulary of song in this movement? And they were like, okay. Show us that it's helpful. Show us that it works. So that's kind of a mission that I'm on. And I'm so delighted that I get to be with you here today, learning about the wonderful work that you're doing and sharing song with all of you. So thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Serena. That was really motivational. And it put me in mind of, I can't remember, Brian Wren, maybe? No, it wasn't. Somebody said, when you sing, you pray twice. You pray with the words, and you pray with the song, and you pray through your whole body, so that is really beautiful. I would like to ask you to join me now. This is a prayer. It's an Abba prayer that you are very familiar with as Christians, but it's a call and response. And I'm going to say the parts that you'll see on the screen in white, and you will respond in the words that are in yellow. Mother, Father, God, the great I Am, whose wonder and substance forms the vast and holy creation. How deep are your designs? You made a living earth, cloud, rain, and wind, and charged us with their care. We join our hearts and spirits this day to pray for our planet. May your realm come. May your will be done on this earth. We confess that the way we live is changing the climate, the seas, and the balance of life, dispossessing the for and future generations. Let us never forget that our world is created for all people, creatures, and vegetation to live in harmony. Give us this day our daily bread. We acknowledge that our actions have led to drought and fires, and that the nurturing abundance of our life-giving earth is strained so that many do not have food or water. Inspire us to work together to heal the world so that everyone has enough and all can live life to the fullest. Forgive us our trespasses, our greed, our exploitation, our lack of concern for other species and for future generations, as we forgive those who trespass against us, by reconciliation with justice and peace. Let us not be tempted. We have been caught up in the desire to have more. We have loved our consumption and turned a blind eye to the exploitation in our way of life and the harm and the waste we have left in our wake. We ask forgiveness for the times when we have not believed that our actions could make a difference. But deliver us from evil. Give us wisdom to be healers. May we face our misdeeds and restore what we have broken. May we work for the common good, knowing that you are with us always. All creation cries and longs for God's children to wake up, to wise up and to rise up. For yours is the kingdom. Give us a childlike spirit, open to the wonder of creation and the diversity of peoples, since the glory of God is the whole of creation and the whole of humanity fully alive, forever and ever. You were the beginning, and you are the end. May it be so. Amen. I'd like to invite Serena here to lead us in another round of singing.
Wow, that was beautiful. Love that. So much of the organizing work that I do these days is political, you know? And that's been some learning for me, that actually working in community, political, organizing stuff feels spiritual to me, because it's about showing up for my neighbors and for my community. So a lot of the stuff that Minnesota Interfaith Power and Light has been focusing on this year is legislative work. We have a ton of legislative initiatives around the climate, and we've been winning, so that's always nice. It's not always like that. And if you want to learn more about our legislative work and our work around reparations and truth-telling, I would love to talk with you. I want to teach you a song that came out of that work. This actually came out of the Line 3 movement. So there were many walks for water, and there still are, even though the Line 3 pipeline has been built. We're still fighting pipelines. Seems like that fight will go on for a while. But there was a water walk down from the headwaters of the Mississippi all the way to the state capitol in St. Paul. I think this was in 2020, probably. And I just joined for the last couple miles. And you may have sensed this about me, but I'm loud. I like to talk. I like to sing. I love protests. That's my wheelhouse. Get a big group of together, shout, sing, march, woo, I'm there. So I showed up at this walk with my signs, you know, my banner, I'm ready. And as I'm like walking to join this huge stream of people, like thousands of people at that point amassed, walking towards the Capitol, I was like, and someone was like, oh, it's a silent walk. And I was like, thank you. And I was like, what is this gonna be like? A protest without singing? What the heck? That's not powerful. But I was totally wrong. It was one of the most powerful actions I've ever been a part of. All of this energy and intention and walking as a prayer really moved me. And I felt this opening of like, wow, we can do in a prayerful way. What else can we do in a prayerful way? And as I was walking in this like mind-blowingly powerful silence, a little song came to me, and I was like, oh no, how am I gonna remember this song? I can't talk for the next 3 miles. But I did remember it, and that's what I'd like to teach to you. So I'm gonna switch over here. And the idea is we're walking as a prayer, every step a prayer. We're building strength in that prayer. What else can we do in a prayerful way? So I'll sing you the whole thing, and then I'll break it into little chunks. It sounds like this. We walk, 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 every step a prayer, and we're building strength, growing stronger than ever. We walk, 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 every step a prayer, and we're walking to heal this land. Yes, we're walking to heal this land. So I'll sing a little bit and then you sing it back. We walk, 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 every step a prayer. We walk, 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 Every step a prayer. Again, we walk, walk, walk. Every step a prayer. And we're building strength. And we're building strength. Oh yeah. Growing stronger than ever. Growing stronger than ever. But you kind of wrap it back around so it'll sound like this. Growing stronger than ever we walk. Because then you're back at the beginning. Let's go to the beginning and try to do that a couple times. Here we go. We walk, walk, walk. Every step a prayer. And we're building strength. Growing stronger than ever we walk, walk, walk. Every step a prayer. And we're building strength. Growing stronger than ever we walk, walk, walk. Every step a prayer. And we're building strength. Growing stronger than ever. So the way it sounds is we walk, walk, walk. Every step a prayer. And we're building strength. Growing stronger than ever we walk, walk, walk. Every step a prayer. But then, and we're walking to heal this land. Try that. And we're walking to heal this land. Yes, we are. Yes, we're walking to heal this land. That's it. You got the whole song. Here we go. We walk, walk, walk. Every step a prayer. And we're building strength. Growing stronger than ever we walk, walk, walk. Every step a prayer. And we're walking to heal this land. Yes, we are. Yes, we're walking to heal this land. You sound great. Let's sing it again. Here we go. We walk, walk, walk. Every step a prayer. And we're building strength. Growing stronger than ever we walk, walk, walk. Every step a prayer. And we're walking to heal this land. Yes, we're walking to heal this land. Nice. And then the idea of this song is like, what else can we do like a prayer to heal this land? So I'll give you an example. It's a little tricky because there's all these words to replace, but we're very, very smart, so it's not going to be a problem. But we could sing, sing, sing every song a prayer. And we're singing to heal this land. So let's do that one. And then afterwards, someone will shout out an idea. And even if it's really wacky, I promise we'll make it work. Don't even worry. Okay, here we go with singing. We sing, sing, sing. Every song a prayer. And we're building strength. Growing stronger than ever. We sing, sing, sing. Every song a prayer. And we're singing to heal this land. Yes, we're singing to heal this land. Yeah, so you get it? What else can we do in a prayerful way to heal this land? Who's got an idea? Dream. We dream, dream, dream. Every dream a prayer? Here we go. We dream, dream, dream. Every dream a prayer. And we're building strength. Growing stronger than ever. We dream, dream, dream. Every dream a prayer. And we're dreaming to heal this land. Yes, we're dreaming to heal this land. Beautiful. What else?
Change.
We change, change, change. Our change a prayer. We change, change, change. Our change a prayer. And we're building strength. Growing stronger than ever. We change, change, change. Our change of prayer. And we're changing to heal this land. Yes, we're changing to heal this land. Beautiful. What else? We eat, eat, eat.
Every meal.
Every meal a prayer. Here we go. We eat every meal of prayer, and we're building strength, growing stronger than ever. We eat every meal of prayer, and we're eating to heal this land. Yes, we're eating to heal this land. Beautiful. Anyone else got one? We plant every thought a prayer. Beautiful. We plant every thought of prayer, and we're building strength, growing stronger than ever. We plant every thought of prayer, and we're planting to heal this land. Yes, we're planting to heal this land. Anyone else got one? Then let's sing one more time. Or walk, sorry, that's what we started with. We walk, every step of prayer. Here we go. We walk, every step of prayer, and we're building strength, growing stronger than ever. We walk, every step of prayer, and we're walking to heal this land. Yes, we're walking to heal this land. Stay with me. And we're planting to heal this land. And we're eating to heal this land. What was before that? And we're dreaming to heal this land. Thank you. And we're singing to heal this land. And we're changing to heal this land. And we're walking to heal this land. Beautiful. And I love returning to that. Like, what is my prayer today? Sometimes my prayer is voting. Sometimes my prayer is how I shop. Sometimes my prayer is where I'm donating money. Sometimes my prayer is taking a nap and getting the rest that I need. There are so many things that we can do in a prayerful and intentional way, and that's really powerful and has a lot of power to heal the world. So thank you for singing a prayer. That was really wonderful. Thanks so much.
That's so wonderful. Thank you so much, Serena. Be sure to stay after the meal so that we can do more singing in the chapel that has different acoustics, and it feels really fun and beautiful in there. As a closure to this service, I invite us to stand, and if you open your red hymnal, we're going to sing Let All Things Now Living. I think everyone knows that song. The words will be on the screen. It's on page 881 if you want. And I'm going to ask Chunchi, when we get to the second verse, can you kind of just give us a little bit so that we can hear ourselves singing? And if you feel like just putting some harmony in, let's do it. Okay, so let's sing Let All Things Now Living.
Triumphantly praise, who fashioned and made
Let us remain standing for this benediction. Then again, invite you all to join together in lunch in the gym. May God bless you and keep you. May the divine face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May Adonai lift his countenance upon you and give you peace both now and forevermore. Amen.
We just quickly put the announcements up. I'm sorry. Don't forget we have the Resource West School Supply Drive. We have the Perfection Free Singing coming this Thursday with Tim Francic at 6:30 in the chapel. Kids Camp next week. We have pretty much everything we need. And if you want to volunteer to help, that would be great. And last of all, I want to put this slide up of the book talk that will be on Wednesday night. I believe it's is it going to be in the old hall? It'll be in the town hall. Barb had some of the books a couple of weeks ago, and there's some back. If you'd like to read it, I started reading it. It's a beautiful book about the Minnesota River Valley. So join us for that. And now,